from the Blackwoods Fly Cam. This is the 10th ever race here on the streets of Adelaide, and traditionally the Friday ones, well, there hasn't been a bad race here.
No, there hasn't. It is always action-packed here, and this is normally the opening round. Stadium Super Trucks here. We started in Lake Elsinore, California a few weeks ago, where Bill the Thrill Hines, he was on top of the podium, won his first race. We see him starting on the pole today.
Cole Potts will join him as an inversion from qualifying, so Toby Price and Matt Brabham will start towards the final row of the grid. Ari Leindyke Jr. is in the field. It's his first appearance on the streets of Adelaide. We saw him in Townsville a couple of years ago. He's jetting off back to the United States as soon as this finishes on Sunday. So he's a busy boy coming up. Paul Morris will start towards the back as well. Now, competition caution if you're new to Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks at the halfway mark. Lap 4, the yellow will come out pretty much down the end of the back straight towards turn number 8 to reset the field.
Absolutely. This is scheduled for 8 laps. It is a timed event as well, but it's scheduled for 8 laps. Mandatory competition, as Matt just mentioned, in the middle here. And the way this works is the better you qualify, the further in the pack that you start. It's a complete inversion. So we've got our faster guys in the back. The guys that struggle a little bit more, they're up towards the front, which makes for undoubtedly great action right off the bat here. So a great field of talented drivers here. This is race number 1 of 3 in Adelaide, so it's going to be a wild one.
It's the 40th time for Bill Hines on the front row, and the 22nd time from pole position from the man from Nazareth in Pennsylvania. His close friend Michael Andretti is here this weekend watching him on. And could he go back-to-back victories? You've got a young guy in Cole Potts alongside him who was impressive at Lake Elsinore in California. As we get set for the green flag to drop down, and these 12 angry Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks get set to blast off around this Adelaide street circuit for the 4th year.
The butterflies are out of the stomach now. They're concentrating what's about to happen. The green flag is off. Bill Hines with an early jump right on Cole Potts, already gaining about 4 trucks difference over Potts.
How was the start from Hines? A carbon copy from last year, and he will lead us through the centre chicane and up Wakefield Street for the first time. Greg Gardner goes up in the 3rd position now in the Fuchs R&J Batteries truck 410. Milburn looking to make the move on the Hoff as we get to the top of Wakefield Street. There's Robbie Gordon. They've got the Speed Energy drinks. Menards, number 7, back out on the circuit.
Hoffman taking a different line than everyone else in the 47. He dives to the inside, tries to make that work. We've seen that turn collect a lot of trucks on lap 1 over the years. Everyone gets through cleanly right there. Now bumper-to-bumper action. Robbie Gordon, he files into place there. So now everyone's playing cool and calm. You don't see that too often in lap 1 here in the street circuit of Adelaide.
What corner hasn't had action here? 0.
Big air for Robbie Gordon as Speed Energy Toyo Tires. Menards, number 7, getting a little bit sideways there. He steps out of the draft, makes a big difference. These trucks are punching a hole in the air right here. So the draft does make a big difference. Steps out, not able to gain any ground.
Great shot for a turn 8, and Hines has been watching the clips from these previous races. Oh no, he's going to do all the good work's come undone. Will he hold the lead? I don't think he will. Cole Potts should sweep across, and he does take the lead here around turn 11.
Potts leading his first street circuit Stadium Super Truck race, comes in a little hot, almost gets off into the toolies there in that bright green Potts truck. Running very well right now. It is Potts. Gardner has moved into 2nd. Bill Hines from 1st, back to 3rd. Having a little bit of struggle coming out of that last turn. Going into the Toyo Tire Texan jump here. You see they file in nice and even. We've seen some wild action here with Matt Mingay a few years ago as he barrel rolled it through that section. 1 lap is almost into the record books as you look at the Blackwoods Fly Cam. What a great shot there. Wide open over these back-to-back jumps. 270 feet in distance off those jumps. Really getting some big hang time.
So we're on board with Ari Jr. for a split second there as Cole Potts, the man from Prior Lake, Minnesota, now lives in Arizona on the charge up Wakefield Street. I don't recall seeing such an angry battle pack like we got outside the top 3 at the moment.
We absolutely do. You just saw that. Matty Brabham, he's not where he wants to be. He's already made a couple of passes, but he came through that S-turn really angry, really aggressive. They were told the driver's meeting, hey, you cannot be going through the stones. You cannot have 4 wheels in those stones. You may end up losing the spot at the end of the race. The majority of those guys pushing what's okay and what's not okay. All of them dragging at least 2 tires and bringing some of those pebbles out of the track.
Out of turn 7, down Bartels Road across the Toyo Tires ramp we go on lap number 2. So Cole Potts with a slight advantage. You're watching Blake Hildebrand and Jeff Hoffman. Travis Melbourne is back in the TRG Transport, number 77. That's the regular number he'd use with his off-road buggy, just been passed down by Robbie Gordon into turn 8.
Look at Blake Hildebrand in that VP Racing Fuels and Lubricants truck. He has moved into P3. Great news for him. The bad news, and Robbie Gordon is right behind him. You don't want to be looking in your rear view and seeing that when you're just starting to learn these street circuits. With any luck, you'll be able to hook an anchor to Robbie, learn a little bit from him, and move on through the pack.
Not literally, of course, but he'll still do the chasing around the backside of the circuit. As they come past the Shannon's wall can and work their way up towards the top of the final turn. And Cole Potts, this is a good run for Smiley. Greg Gardner in second. Hasn't been this far up in a long, long time. In the Fuchs R&J Batteries entry, I thought we were seeing a replica of the Mingay incident there.
Very
come off the corner.
it.
And now he will challenge for the lead as Cole Potts, in his second ever start, it's on in the background with the Hoff.
Oh, big carnage in the back in turn 13. We got, looks like we had, would have been, Jeff Hoffman was in the mix there. Gavin Harlan was in the mix. You're 3-4 wide. You can see all the dust, the smoke, everything flying in the background. 3-4 wide, off into the pucker brush a little bit there. Matt Brabham, he just catches the inside of that turn to the DeVillibus number 83. Hawk Performance brakes there. He gets up on 2 wheels, tags the wall a little bit. Luckily, it was a tire wall, not a concrete wall. Able to keep his momentum moving forward in the proper direction. Big gap right now in between P3 and P4. So you see these guys getting the Toyo tires, using the power to the ground, getting up on 3 wheels right there. 3 wheels, a good feeling for the whole pack coming through that section with big torque wheelies.
And suddenly Gordon is in the mix on the back of Gardner. Takes a sharper approach through turn 7, side by side with the former Phoenix Desert Classic winner, and moves up to second. And I get the feeling, Sean, by the time we get to turn 9, we might have a new race leader. Potts is on the defensive here, but the 2-time champion and Baja legend is applying the blowtorch to the back of the number 60.
I can't be more impressed right now with Cole Potts. His first race out here in a street circuit like this in a Stadium Super Truck, the number 60, looking really good out there. Taking all the pressure from Smiley, from Greg Gardner, handled that without any problems. Now taking some pressure from Robbie Gordon and doing well. So Potts looking very comfortable. You can see the look in his eye in the paddock, leaving last night out at dinner and things. Really much concentrating on what his job is here this weekend.
What is it with Greg Gardner and this circuit? He's had a love affection with this course for a long time now and doesn't do this on a regular basis. Gordon charges to the inside. It's a foreshortening shot, almost makes contact with the green number 60. So he exit out the Adelaide hairpin and disappear. We're looking at multiple on board here. That's Travis Melbourne ahead, looking from Toby Price, who just stepped out of the Super Ute a few moments ago and back into the Stadium Super Truck. This is lap 4.
Cole Potts out in the lead. Robbie Gordon and P2. Right now, great battle there. Robbie pushing him, not doing anything too aggressive with him as he tries to go to the inside a little bit, files back in. Potts to the outside. Is he able to hang on to it? Yes, he was. Robbie Gordon could have put a little more pressure on there. He said, yeah, I'm going to be a little bit nice here to the young man here. We've got several drivers out here, 18, 19 years of age, superstars already in Stadium Super Trucks and off-road racing, here entertaining the crowd at the street circuit in Adelaide. So right now our leaders starting to check out a little bit on Greg Gardner. Greg Gardner has a big gap over P4. Potts real sideways, coming out of 7 off that Toyo Tires jump. That is not good for Toby Price, that McDonald's truck. Hopefully we get a shot at that. You can see, just got out of his Super Ute, now into his Super Truck. Not going to be happy with that. The rear end broken. I don't know if he got into the wall or exactly what had gone on, but it looked like whatever it was quite violent.
And now Potts locks it up at the bottom of turn number 9. We saw the rear of the McDonald's Preston High number 18. There was damage to the front of their onboard shot, so something's happened going through the chicane. That stopped on Wakefield Street, and now the competition caution comes out. We don't do a full lap in comp caution anymore. It tends to come out in the final sector, so we introduced in the St. Petersburg Grand Prix last year, just to give the fans more racing.
Absolutely, and the way this works now, we had to go into a caution anyways due to Toby Price now undoubtedly being out of the race. So it worked out. It happened to be right on the comp caution lap, so hopefully they'll be able to get the 87 McDonald's entry taken care of and off the track here. Look at the rear end is broken.
Let's just tell the story maybe. He will pop into the shot here somewhere. That was Gavin Harlan.
You see Toby Price's hood was already pushed up at that point. Now we're on board with Ari Lyondike Jr. right here, the number 25. He sees all this unfold.
That was Milburn.
Travis Milburn undoubtedly fired up the majority of that chaos right there as he got into a couple drivers there. Hoffman had to go off the track. Gavin Harlan in the road pod entry did as well.
So there it was, a break going through, and lucky not to roll the McDonald's Preston Hire truck, and lucky didn't have Gavin Harlan in the back in the road pod, number 55. Great driving from the Dakar champ.
Yeah, he actually, that was a good part of talent and luck right there for him. That truck was braking as he was coming through that section.
Oh,
so lucky the truck didn't get over on its lid right there. So you see the McDonald's truck flying by very aggressively. So I don't know if something had gotten weakened earlier in a crash, but if you watch the rear end, it's already broke.
Yeah.
Before he even got into that section. And now it's just a wild ride there. If you can get a shot looking at the steering wheel, I bet you he's very, very busy in that cab right now.
Great driving. You can see bits and pieces broken underneath. The drag link on there broken away as well, and just gets it, and lucky not to turn it upside down. Meantime, we've gone back to green flag racing here on lap 5 of the Speed Energy Stadium Supertrucks, the 10th race here on the streets of Adelaide, the 97th in the history, and the guy in second place has done all but 3 of them since 2013.
You see out in front, the HallmarkTrust.com entry of Cole Potts, leading the majority of this race. Right into the second half. Behind him, P2 is Robbie Gordon. Greg Gardner in the R&J Batteries, number 410. But who has now moved into 4th place? The DeVillis Hawk driver right there, the number 83 of Matty Brabham. We saw him earlier saying, hey, he was getting pretty aggressive. It's not Matty Brabham's style to be that aggressive. He's usually just very smooth, very fluent around the track. I think he was quite angry about where he was. He's now moved himself up in a great position to strike.
He was the big winner of that Melbourne Hoffman incident too at the top of turn 9. Ari Leindyke had to lift off the throttle. He's going to put the moves on Smiley. Greg Gardner down at the turn 9 hairpin. And he might get 2, maybe 3 for the price of 1. It would have been cool if he pulled it off, and Brabs will now grab second.
The Boost Mobile Racing truck, number 25 of Ari Leindyke Jr. ran it in hot. It was a good idea. It almost worked out for him. Right now, Cole Potts, Matt Brabham, and Robbie Gordon. So now you think, well, is Matt Brabham, is he going to give Cole Potts a little breathing room off of Gordon? I don't think so. I think that now Brabham and Gordon are going to work together and push each other. They're 2 of the fastest drivers that we've ever seen in Stadium Supertrucks. I think they're going to work well together and push up Potts. But look at Potts. Just really, really impressive run. The concentration on his face the last few days, everything, all the thought he's put into what's going on, the way he's been talking in the paddock about running a little bit deeper. He's got to be smooth. Got to be easy on the pedals, and it's showing right now. What a performance from the young man.
I mean, a lot of drivers getting talked to about the pebbles that have been punched out of the centre chicane. Oh, Leindyke, I think he touched the wall in the background in the Boost Mobile. Number 25, as now Brabham from 12th is now up to 2nd place. He lost the series by 1 point last year, even with 5 race wins. In the DeVilbiss number 83, a Toronto-based company that jumped on board with a 24-year-old. He celebrated his birthday last week. He's going to spend a lot more time in Australia this year as he gears up for running the Pertec Enduro Cup alongside Lee Holdsworth.
Look at Greg Gardner and the R&J Batteries truck just put a pass. He's doing, it looks like Robbie Gordon maybe having some problems. Maybe that's why that pass looks so easy. But Gardner running really well here. One of the best performances we've seen in his SST Australia challenge here over the last 4 years. So Gardner looking very good, but he is getting some pressure from Ari Leindyke Jr. as well. A nice, smooth, easy, simple pass for the lead there by Matty Brabham. Potts almost let him go. Once he knew, he's like, hey, I shouldn't wreck the truck right now. Let him go by. And there's a shot of Robbie Gordon. He's having some type of issue. Hard to say what. Not like yesterday with all that smoke coming out, but not a positive finish for him as Matty Brabham's in the number 83 in the lead. Cole Potts is not letting off him at all, staying on Brabham the best he can in that HallmarkTrust.com vehicle.
Brabham just parked the truck down there at turn 9 to make sure Potts couldn't get the run out the turn 9 hairpin. So 2 to go here on the streets of Adelaide, and Matt Brabham, who got the fastest lap in qualifying, we're going 1 lap short. The white flag waves in the background. So Brabs has 3.2 kilometres to go. You just got the feeling for the body language yesterday in qualifying. He's seeking redemption here in 2018.
Well, that's the thing. We had an opportunity to rewatch qualifying yesterday. Look at Brabham.
Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness.
What did I just say?
You don't normally see from Matty Brabham all by him lonesome. little over half a lap left to go. Now they're 3 wide. Trucks all over the place. Greg Gardner, he gets forced to spin out. Almost collects Gavin Harlan in the road Potts truck. Paul the Dude Morris, he is like, what is going on? There's just people all over the place as he comes around the corner. He's trying to get to the pack. Not able to make it happen. So now Cole Potts back out in front again. So looking good. Only a few turns left to go. Matt Brabham with a big mistake there. Ari Lyondike Jr., he's trying to move into P2. Jeff DeHoff, he's in the mix as well.
I'll take full responsibility for that one, and it still hasn't finished. It's going to go right down to turn number 9 here. Brabs might get a couple of positions because Hoffman is pushing Ari Lyondike Jr. along. Watch the film, it's number 83. Where will he pop up in this sequence of shots?
Oh, and Ari almost gets into Hoffman, hands him a rose as he gets on by the number 25 Boost Mobile Racing vehicle. Right behind him, Brabham, he gets past Hoffman, so a great race right there for second place. Meanwhile, out in front, Cole Potts in the number 60. Looks like he may very well pick up his very first Speed Energy Stadium Super Truck victory and his first entry on a street circuit.
It's still on for second place, though. Ari Jr., who's never been to Adelaide before, is going to hold down second just, but Cole Potts wins in his second ever Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks race. The 23-year-old from Arizona picks up the win in a drama-filled final lap in race number 1 here today. Ari holds down second, and Matt Brabham, who led us right up to the top of Wakefield Street from the back, will be third again.
What a run right there from Potts. Very impressive. Action-packed right down to the end. We're going to have some very happy drivers there and a couple that are quite upset with their finish in that one.
Oh, man. Potts, though, gets the win. Let's take nothing away from him. Lyondike Jr. second in truck 25. Brabham was third, then Hoffman. Milburn in fifth. Harlan was sixth. Then Blake Hildebrand, Paul Morris, Greg Gardner, and Bill Hines. Sadly for Robbie Gordon and Toby Price, they were out of this race, and hopefully get the McDonald's Preston Hire truck ready for race number 2 here tomorrow.